here for the first episode of the Halfcast podcast with myself, Tyson Pedro, and Tai Tuivasa. Where to start? We've been planning on doing this for a little bit. Went and bought all the equipment, we never got around to it, so finally now we pushed ourselves and we're going to get the first episode out. Hopefully we'll get some stuff going on. The point of the show is we wanted to, just do something that no one in the area is doing. And we also want to eventually do a series for Best of the West, and we want to get there's just in such a, area where there's not much going on sometimes, we've got a lot of successful and positive people coming out of the area, so first of all we're probably going to get around to watching some fights today, but we'll be going a bit back and forth, give you an introduction. Most of the people already watching are probably loyal fans that are for this first episode, all 300 of you. So we'll get Ty to give you an intro and background of where we're at now, and yeah, go ahead, Ty.
Thanks, Tyson. Ty, also known as Bam Bam, born and raised in Western Sydney, fight out of Western Sydney, and everything else out of Western Sydney. I'm 9-0. I think on shirt.
Or MMA? What is it?
On shirt, I got 5-0. They're ripping me off.
But you've had boxing, MMA fights, kickboxing. You've done everything.
I've fought in every style.
All over the world,
including jiu-jitsu comps.
Have you really?
Maybe once or twice.
A bit iffy on that one. We'll get back to that one. We'll come back. We've got some content for that.
And yeah, signed to the UFC. Been signed for about a year now, but due to an injury that's been put on hold. But November 19th, Kudos Arena, it's going down.
So I think I signed a week after you, was it? Yeah, got the call. We fought on the same show. Obviously, you got injured during that fight. I've been out since then. What about that? Like, the same thing we were just talking about before, how we've both gone through bad injuries. And like, it's the hardest thing, especially being at that high level athlete. Once you're injured and you're not actually getting to train, all the endorphins aren't getting to run through your body.
It's a shit go.
Yeah, and not only that, as if you don't have the right crew around you, having that long time off, it's hard.
I think I was lucky. I also had the birth of my son just when I got injured, so it was pretty shit for my missus. But
the little nephew.
But it was good for me. I got to spend a lot of time with him and all that, but...
So a lot of people don't know as well that we've known each other a long time. A lot of people think that it was just now, but we used to talk on MSN.
I'm his dad.
we used to talk back on MSN and we would like laugh, going back and forth, going, man, it's good to see what you're doing with fighting, you're going to do it. You go, no, you'll do it. And it's crazy now to see that we're both signed to the UFC at the top level of the game. But also... people don't know that you're at the top of the game in rugby league as well.
What was the MSN name?
I can't even remember. Do you remember yours?
Yeah, Fob Airlines. It always had the worst MSN name.
And,
I don't know how.
I remember the one time I said to you, I don't know if you remember, I saw a news article and like this guy was going off on the Reddit saying like, he's just overweight, he's not going to make it. And I said it to you and you were just like, that's a touchy subject, man, I don't talk about it.
That's the only subject.
That's all they ever wanted to talk about, wasn't it? But so now, full training camp, 4 weeks out, Sydney. How's the camp going?
It's been really good. It's good to be back home. A few things happened with a teammate. He got pulled from the card. You might know him. Mark, old Marky boy.
Mark Hunt. Yeah.
And so I've had to change my camp up back in Sydney. So it's all good.
Back in doing your own thing, still busy weeks. What, three days, 3 sessions a day?
Yeah, 2-3 times a day.
Yep. Where
in there?
Sparring.
Just everywhere.
Wrestling.
Just at it.
Yeah.
Just at it.
Getting it.
Just at love.
Getting it done.
Killer.
So, you're a lot more relaxed. I like to see it when we're talking now. I saw your Fox Sports interview. That was a little bit less relaxed.
Well, I couldn't swear. For one. That's fucking...
And there was like a little kid on here, like on the chair.
That's pretty
doing
hard.
the swing.
Oh no, I can't swear.
It gets you. on my first one, it was terrible as well. You're sitting there going, am I saying the right things? That's one reason why we wanted to do this podcast as well, so we could just be ourselves. And you obviously like to swear a lot more than you do on there, so YouTube. So I'll just give a warning beforehand, so they know to...
M. That's a T. M-E.
What is that?
M-rated.
If you ever...
You don't know that one.
So that was a very brief history. Like, how'd you get into fighting then?
I've always loved fighting. Just yeah, a few of the boys said we were watching UFC one time, and a few of the boys were like, fuck, I reckon you'll smash these blokes tie, and I was like, fuck, I reckon I'll smash them too. And then actually my dad said to come down to the gym, and I watched Peter Graham and Sola train.
Who you've actually fought?
And then and then like 2 years later I ended up fighting Peter Graham.
Yeah.
And
I actually think we've got that video in here, so we'll watch that a little bit later. But the idea of this podcast is eventually so we get other people on here from Western Sydney, and we'll be able to go through their videos as well and have a little laugh back at it, and also give you insights into stuff that you might not have seen. Like we were just talking about it before, little things that people don't know what you're doing backstage or why you did something when you did it. So, but back to as well. You also played at the highest levels in rugby league as well, which is one of our national sports. So tell us about that. How was the transition between those?
It was pretty easy. I've always loved a bit of a blue, so that was always good.
So why rugby league to fighting then?
Well, I just played league my whole life. That's all we played at here. I'm sure everyone in the West has had a few games of league, and then I don't know, I was just good at it.
Yeah. I started in soccer, then played rugby league, rugby union after. Actually, we went to the first soccer game, first actual soccer game. We went and saw the Sydney FC and Western Sydney Wanderers.
I'm becoming one of, what are they called?
The Wanderers.
The Mob.
The Mob.
Is it the Mob?
Something with the army, but they were hectic.
The what?
The Ferns. It is not, but yeah, it was awesome. And actually, thanks to RTP Australia for giving us those seats. That was awesome. A little bit of M. Yeah, that was the first experience of the game. That if we could get a crowd like that into MMA, I think that'll be like that's the goal in the long run. Trying to get people like that as excited about MMA. It's not here yet in Australia, but
no. Why don't people love seeing people getting their heads punched in? They do, but
yeah,
the world does.
Yeah, just Australia hasn't gone behind it, and which is pretty weird because a lot of Australians are ready to have a scrap, and I think it's just they don't really understand the wrestling yet, the wrestling part of it.
And not many of us do.
Yeah. Well, we can have a look at your fight. Have a look at one of your fights. Who was Peter Graham?
Peter Graham.
We can.
This would be funny.
I think it's.
I actually get my head punched in.
So actually, give us a thing. So who was telling me? I think Tama was telling me he did something funny beforehand. He thought it'd be funny before the fight.
We did like a promo video. You know, they do like the pump up videos for the.
Oh, they came around to
the fight.
Yeah.
And we were doing sit ups, and I was eating cookies when he was like.
When you do the sit-ups.
Then I ended up eating these nuts. So that's the thing. I ate too many cookies. If you watch the fight, you watch my body, I hate actually watching. Look at this.
So this was on Combat 8, wasn't it?
My shirt. Well, look at my shorts. They don't even. My shorts don't even tie up properly.
This is Combat 8. The rules aren't the same for MMA, are they? So
I don't even know.
You go to the ground and then they stand you. But look at the size of you.
All right.
But look, you're double the size you are now. A few little shoulder bumps.
I had a good diet. Jim Beam.
Pretty, oh, there you go, straight.
Ooh.
Hooks, he's eating them.
Peter Graham, actually, by the way, is the man.
Yeah.
And he's a really good bloke.
Well, you can tell with this fight, he was just the experience. He knew he had to try and wear you down and just get through into the deeper water.
Well, I was beating everyone, and then they go, "Oh, do you want to fight Peter Graham?" He's like, "Well, champ." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck.
Peter who?
I'll fight anyone." You know what I mean? Then I got fed.
And then you're like, "I'll
Did
fight
I-
anyone."
he's not-
Fight anyone, no training.
I know.
So,
I didn't-
even here, you go southpaw a lot, hey?
Yeah, I like Southpaw.
Yeah. And the difference is between those smaller gloves trying to get through and big uppercuts, and the hooks dropped him. So now the go pump him, finish him, and
now
all of the crowd, look at Tony.
That's my brothers.
All of the crowd, they think they're fighting.
And now
So
watch my
here
legs.
he's rocked hard, and then that was a big breath. That was a big breath
That
there.
was the cookie coming.
It looks like the biggest fight you would have had here was just with the cardio.
And my cholesterol.
KFC, major sponsor.
Oh yeah, I'd still get sponsored by them if they offered.
But here, this is just big breaths. This is where he's really trying to just.
This
you
is
know,
where
here
experience-
you're falling. Yeah. Whoa, that was the fastball.
That's right.
That was the
old
head jab
Bradley.
lean over the top, and you get a rest.
Look at that.
That was on the cage. Just
Oh,
no!
fuck.
Look at that. Did you see that full miss? That little short hook caught him there. But here now he's recovered. Now this is where his fitness will come
He's
into play.
recovered, and I haven't.
Oh,
I was like, please don't.
we're still fighting here.
I was like, please don't hit me.
For sure.
See how I did that little walk?
Oh,
word?
look at the little. Was that you catching your legs, or was that?
Look at the stomach.
That's the power. That's where the power is. Wait, how many rounds did this go?
I can't really
Was this the
remember.
last?
I think
last
two.
round?
I think two. Yeah, this round. Bro, I just full run out of breath. Like,
Oh, and here is this where he clipped you there.
I full don't have nothing.
So, and you're obviously training for the fight, but can you tell the difference in your training now to what
Yeah,
you're
I
doing
wouldn't
there?
say training.
Especially now because of when you're just beating people.
Yeah, I was just rocking
like-
up to the gym, hanging out, kicking it with the
Yeah.
boys. Look at that.
On the knees. Was that a double leg? See what it was?
What I was.
How much
going
wrestling
to
did you do for that camp?
Oh, tons.
And down the backwards press. But has your how much has your training picked up now? Now that you realise that, like,
Well,
well,
after this fight, I actually realised that maybe
So that was
It's
that
not-
was the beginning of the end. Hey,
it's not like you can't just walk in and give everyone a hiding.
yeah, for sure.
I actually realised, oh fuck, I should train.
Yeah, you get the little bit of a.
But I literally, it's probably the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. Just, I couldn't even lift my arms to.
Oh yeah, not the actual loss, just the.
No,
when
not the
you're-
loss.
Just when you.
I beat myself.
Yeah,
I know I
for
beat
sure.
myself. But like, just to even, I couldn't even stand. Look at me
Yeah.
trying to.
And just the lactic acid.
Yeah, I
People
just-
don't understand when you're at that
Yeah.
exhaustion stage.
Mm.
It's the worst feeling when you know what you can do, but you can't do
Yeah.
anything about it,
Look, face cunt.
and you just
at
eat
the
punches. So and here he is now. He's.
I think I was only like 18, 19.
Well,
I was partying hard.
Exactly, and that's what it is you're a young kid now. You're learning slowly. Look at that.
Right there. I was-
There, and there's the cookie monster.
Look at the cookie there.
That was the
Chop
cookie.
chip on the side of my
But
face.
yeah, so like anyone, there's biggest learning experiences. Like that was
Yeah,
my loss
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Everyone asked me straight after my loss to Latifi, are you sad? I was like, no, not at all. It was like, one, everyone takes losses every day, not even in MMA, but in their life. And two, it was the biggest learning experience for me out of everything. I went to my last 3 fights, because they were wins, I would like come home and go have beers with the boys straight away. But when you take that loss, I was straight back into the gym.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that was the biggest difference. But so now seeing that to where you're at now, even just the weight, your whole appearance, the whole how you act with training.
I think it's just life's changed
Yeah.
a lot, especially since then. Since having a kid and stuff like that, that's really fucking knocked me into gear. Like,
Yeah.
can't just be fucking around when you have kids
Yeah, for sure.
and that. So that's. But since I've had a kid, I've literally just. That's when I dropped all the weight and
Switched
I
on.
took all the
Started
fights
dieting.
and then
First
all
time you dieted.
Oh yeah, easy.
So.
Still hate it.
Oh, it's the worst.
Worse.
But who do you get all your food through at the moment?
Nutrition station.
Oh yeah.
Best in the West.
There you go.
NU.
There.
I'm not going to do the hand symbols.
Oh, it's NU. So at the moment you're dripping sweat. We probably should have told
Fuck it.
we probably
We're
should
in
have told
the
the
head
location.
shade, bro.
We're out in the back of Ty's shed, and we had a fan going. But
Can
we
you
were too
see
worried-
that I'm sweating?
We were too
or
worried
what?
about the buzzing. Yeah, I've just put on my
should've
long
worn
sleeve
black,
shirt.
eh?
To,
Oh, can you see it or no?
no, but you can see it on your face. That'll be. Not too worried about
You look
your
like
shirt.
you're fighting great.
Yeah, I've got my Muscle Bros shirt. Check them out. They got their new spring collection out. This is a pickle hat.
And big
Adam, thanks for the
headshots.
Headshots. Yeah, on that as well. If you know anyone that wants to send us a gear from out here west, or know someone who wants that you think should be on the podcast, send us an email at therealhalfcastpodcast@gmail.com. What if we pretend like we know what's gonna be? I hope someone
I've
can
seen people do that before. I've seen people do that before.
I hope that
I've
automatically
always
comes
wanted
up.
to do that. I've always
Check us
wanted
out
to do
here
that.
and here
So
and here.
So down here, it'll be there.
Yeah, if you know anyone that wants to come on the podcast and we interview, I know. Imagine if they just put a big.
Please put it up on top of something.
Imagine they just put a big comp
Big-
like.
big- so-
If you want the. No, yeah. So thanks to our editing team, to kill, but the boys for setting that up. We wouldn't have been able to do that without them making us do it. Mark Dow, he actually got us on the NZen.
Shout out to
Rises
Rises.
Media, thank you. That was all letters. What they can also put down. So,
Yeah.
we're hoping to probably get another one out ASAP. So you can check out the video on YouTube for the Halfcast podcast. We'll also have iTunes on the iTunes app for the audio. I don't know who's going to want to listen to us, but eventually someone will. We might just be talking about ourselves.
It's pretty fun, but.
We get on there, there's 2 views. Ty Tuivasa and Tyson Pedro.
But does it come up every time you go on it? Or
Yeah.
Nah?
That's why we'll just keep going on it. But up the views. Bro, go on there.
So yeah, so it counts it every time. If you, like, say if you go off and then on
Yeah.
again, it counts. That's 2.
Yeah.
Fuck, don't worry about it, bro. We'll get the
We're,
views
so,
up.
yeah, get us on Instagram, the Halfcast Podcast. We've got a Facebook page now. Did you set all that up?
Yeah, I've just recently
I set all that up.
logged in to Facebook.
Yeah, how long have we been going for? 20 minutes.
Is that
We played for an hour. We could. Actually, we were supposed to watch the McSweeney video, but I'd rather cut that up so we keep the funny parts, as well as my.
Is all my fights just funny?
No, because I want to do my Latifi. we can watch some of the Latifi fight as well, but when I get dumped on my head. Actually, I didn't even do my intro. Yeah. So, how did I get into fighting? I've always done fighting actually. It'll be good to. I reckon we get our dads on for one of the.
No deal.
We'll get both dads on.
No
And we'll
deal.
do the podcast.
My dad, you're gonna need a translator.
We'll do.
Oh, slack
yours.
this.
Subtitles. Oh, everyone's gone in. Tony T. He's not going to be happy.
Double T's,
So,
I like these.
yeah, I started martial arts when I was a kid. Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, Kempo. A lot of people have heard my story, how I got into it. But I actually signed up with, after we both had an AFC fight, just with the UFC, it just worked out perfectly and lined up. They didn't have someone to fight in Australia, good manager for... Zen Jinnen? Yeah, no, he was the one that he got his he got us both our contracts, so he's the man.
Shout out to China.
Yeah, and then went in. I've had 3 fights now with the UFC. 2 fights, 1 loss. You were actually joking about it, saying that I'll probably get 3 in before you have 1, because you signed beforehand.
I read the future.
Do you?
I'm a reader. What?
When did you read?
I've actually read a couple books now.
Oh yeah?
Thank you very much.
Sorry about it. Which books?
Shoe Dog, Phil Knight, the creator of Nike.
Oh yeah, nice.
And
How'd you find it?
my missus bought it.
How'd you find the book? Okay. How was the book?
How'd you find the book? Oh.
Well, so I was going to the store and I just saw it and then I got it.
Fuck's sake, what did you think about it?
What did you think about it?
I thought it was very good.
Awesome. Alright. And then what was the other one? Actually, was it Think and Grow Rich? Were you reading that? That's a mad book.
I'm still in the middle of some book. It's massive. I'm getting there.
Yeah, bit of a long book.
Mm.
Got to start with one.
I actually went from one book to like a full encyclopedia, so I just thought I could just...
You're reading the encyclopedia.
No, it's like the size.
No, I started listening to the audiobooks as well, just so when I'm driving between training, where there's so much travel time.
Did I ask?
No, you didn't. Okay, so now...
Okay, edit that bit out before we...
Cut that out, and actually, we all know you didn't read those books.
I did, actually. I did.
So now, because of that, we're going on to the video of your McSweeney fight as well.
To give you a Paul Bailey, we're going to tease you in another fight.
Yep.
At least I look good in this fight.
No, you do, majority of it. Wait, where's my videos? So give us a little snapshot of that.
Hot in here.
Yeah, I know. We're going to have to get the...
Famous.
Alright, we'll watch this and then we'll watch this one and then we'll call it, we'll skip through it, but actually this was the first, McSweeney was the first guy that really like came at you with on social media beforehand, hey?
Yeah, he did.
Because I saw you going off a little bit with your whole rap thing.
He is. He knows it.
So what happened, he was just talking crap about you. Actually, look at even this, Valley Tudo. Is that your song?
I don't even know what that is, honest.
So, some little...
look at the kilograms. That's what I'm looking at.
Look at the little... What was it?
The kilograms.
What was it? I missed it.
It's 120.
Oh, nice.
But I actually weighed 180.
You came in 120 there, didn't you? Skip his walkout. Actually, this was actually came out to one of those this mad song there. The remix for your entrance song for this was pretty good.
Actually Jaquil.
Oh no, wasn't that good then?
He actually remixed it up.
No, that was bad. What is it? Or Rats Gotta Die or something.
It's
The game. Yeah. Here we go. I remember we were pumped up. Every time we're out the back here with all the boys, it's always a mad pump up. What did that
That's both.
So Dad will be on the podcast later. That's Dad pointing for the
skies.
For the gram. For the There it is. So yeah, we're going to pump up here.
Look at the security guard.
Look at up to Mikey doing the hop. He's got the one. With the walkout, repping the Aboriginal mouth guard.
Always.
Go on, give us a. What do you think? Are you relaxed when you're going out?
Yeah.
So I'm relaxed as when I'm walking out to the cage. As soon as I'm walking out to the cage, it's not till I step in the cage that I go, okay, it's on now. I think that's what happened with Latifi. When I was in there, I still didn't switch on.
Mm.
I walked out and I knew straight away because I was walking back and forth pacing, and I got in my head, I wonder where Rosie and them are sitting. I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna be good.
I'm usually alright. I just because I know I'm fighting.
Well, no, I'm always relaxed.
fighting.
Like I'm always dancing out when I go out. It's until I step in.
I'm never gonna let someone
Oh, I'm always gonna
bash me.
go
or
in,
something.
but
But yeah, backstage of that.
look how much. Look at the weight difference between
Look at the definition. It's beautiful.
where.
Can you see? Look at the see a little
Oh,
arm.
is
See a
that
little
a little-
arm.
there's a little-
arm bit.
There are little arms.
Right,
Yes,
that's-
there are little arms. There's a little bit of a tricep back there. Saw
Alright.
that. Oh, let's skip through to the
Can
point.
we edit abs in?
Yeah, right where we go. The half cast, the real half cast podcast.
Down here.
The walk in, bro. He's jacked. I think
That's definition.
that's definitely was was Usada involved here?
No.
Look at the
He's a
pace.
big cunt,
Yeah, look at the pace back and forth.
I thought he was gonna have a go. Like,
Yeah, well, that's why as soon as you
I thought he
hit,
was gonna throw some hands.
as
or
soon as you
something.
hit, I think it backed off a lot more. Both looking at each other's toes.
Yeah, I never look at it. I
Me
never
neither.
look at a fighter. I don't
Not
know.
until I step back.
I just feel like I'm gonna laugh.
Not even in the weigh-ins. Not actually. Didn't he try and staunch you at the weigh-ins?
Yeah, and then I laughed a bit, and then I was like, what?
Well, that's what happened with me and Paul Craig. We were doing the weigh-ins, and he came and tried to and
Did
then
he kiss you?
and then he tickled my nose with his big nose, and I lost it. That was it. So, lots of
I
movement.
actually haven't watched this fight much. I watched it once.
Oh, big! You always go for the high kick, bro.
Yeah, and I always fall
Well,
on
that
my ass.
one you went for the head kick, but you
Oh.
never throw a head kick in training. Oh, that was a knee. So he just tried to grapple me because he knew that you were going to try and bang. Nice little man bang, pushing him off. Was he strong?
He was strong as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I felt like he was strong as.
Oh, big left hook. Oh, checked his undies on that one. Oh, the judo throw.
Yeah, that was a bit stupid.
Oh, but nice little knees. But
But I think he was holding on the cage. That's why I thought he was strong as.
oh yeah,
Like,
he's grabbing on there.
I was
Hey.
like, fuck, this guy's strong
Oh,
as.
man, I always hate when you have to fight someone in their undies. They always do the undie ones. Every time I see have an opponent come out like that. Oh, you were wearing the same ankle braces. The same
Yeah.
ones.
That's why I
Yeah,
thought
I-
what was happening.
So what happened? So this is actually the fight that you got injured your knee in.
Yeah.
What was it? Full ACL
No, everything else.
besides
but
the ACL. So MCL or minor
Lateral, snap the PCL,
lateral meniscus.
and the
Spetarakis.
pepperton. the pepperton tendon. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, there was. You actually did a lot off of your knees in this fight, eh? When you did that one takedown and you're under the knee.
Because I couldn't stand
so
up.
yeah.
I tried to stand up.
Yeah, he's holding onto the cage there. Let's see where the
He was
one.
holding on the cage the whole time. I thought it was just like Iron Man or something.
There you go. Ran, caught him there. He was running here. What was? Didn't the fight get stopped because he said his retina was detached? He said detached retina. That was it. Said detached retina. There was no doctor.
His nuts got detached. Awful.
Oh, that one hit. Is that your mouth guard? His. Little stalk. Oh, cricket. Here, this no. Was this the suplex?
No, I was watching.
Is it
Kurt
the
Angle
suplex?
Trying to do the angle snap.
It is a. How many suplexes have you done at training? Suplex into back take, and he's on top. That's the best. And now that's probably the worst position you'd be in after someone suplexes you. And now you just go into your
He hit me a couple of times. I was like, alright.
ding, ding, ding.
That didn't hurt.
Nah, it's not even getting through. It was on your glove. But, this is now he's messing with the dragon here in your forte of jiu-jitsu.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I did.
Got the leg kick. Oh, it stayed down on that one. And
Yeah,
the
this,
West. No, is this the kick? The
Stupidest thing.
Western Sydney. Gotta stop. Oh, and twisted the jiu-jitsu. No, jiu-jitsu.
This is where I snapped my knee.
So he's going for a heel hook, and you said you could see
I thought that his ankle was up there.
because you were wearing the same
ankle
footbed.
guards.
You're like, how the hell is his foot up here? Oh shit, it's my foot.
Yeah.
Ding,
It
ding.
was my fault.
So now that's all torn.
Yeah, my knee's fucked.
Yeah.
I felt it.
You still got a side mount, still working, but it wasn't just. It wouldn't have been a sharp pain or anything
Oh, it was
initially.
fucked. I tried to get
Oh,
up.
here you went to stand up there. Couldn't even stand up, and jiu-jitsu club aboard. Like, let's just play down here.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
knee was fucked.
isn't this where you go for the double leg? Oh yeah, you can see you
there's-
can't even lift your knee back up. So he would have just been better. He didn't have any
And
idea.
then it just took all the gas out of me.
Yeah,
Once-
this
once
was.
I-
Yeah, you're on your knees punching. You're on your knees punching him. Oh man,
That's
that was the best one I've seen.
That's the knee.
Oh, and then
Look at this.
I've never seen the crocodile takedown.
I was just trying to pull his pin.
There, oh, you can see it giving out your knee. Hey, plus your
Yeah.
gas. That was a lot more wrestling than you.
My knee was after my knee got done. It felt like all
It was
my
just
gas.
gassing you straight away.
Look,
Well-
I was fit as shit.
Yeah.
For this fight, but I just after my
You
I
can
can't
see your leg
stand
locking
up.
out. So that's it, and you're walking back. But here, the funny thing is, he didn't know how wrecked your knee was. So
Oh,
he
no.
cause he didn't come out for round 2, yeah. It was just
No.
one round. So he had no idea. Because I remember I came up to you afterwards. I read in the room. I was like, "Let's get a photo," and you were like, "Fuck, just hurry up!" You were like exhausted and trying to get the.
I was
thing to
only
hold-
tell anyone. I didn't want to.
Oh, no, for sure.
I'm not
But,
that kind of.
Um,
I'm not like, oh, if I lose a fight or something like that, I'm like, oh, I got injured or whatever.
oh no, for sure. That's.
I just wanted to get backstage. And it was alright, I was taking photos of everyone and that. I did that
As soon as you got
after
to
the
the back
interview,
end.
as soon as I got back, I said,
Yeah, as soon as you got up,
I was just crying at the back. Like,
Oh, because we ended up having to take you back to the hotel room.
It
Hey?
was the worst, no.
Yeah, but yeah, carrying your big ass around trying to live. But now, what's that? That's almost a year to the day.
It was a year last week.
Oh, nice.
That
Yeah.
until I had that fight.
And
But next week it's a surgery,
so the
and they gave me a year recovery.
Oh yeah. So
So
right on.
that's why once the Sydney card come up and they said, "Oh, you want to fight November?" I was like, "Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
it's on." And plus,
It's
it's at home. The whole area is gonna be there.
well, that's why I was a little bit devastated. as
Better
well.
be there.
I was hoping to be on the Sydney card. Obviously, things have been happening and behind the scenes things that I was hoping we were still going to get on today. I was supposed to hear something today, but just didn't work out. Especially once we found out that Mark wasn't on there. I always told you it's always been a goal to be on the card with you. Actually, on that, you said there was a goal to be on there with Mark on Fox News. Every single Fox Sport thing I go on to, I always go do the Taito Ivasa. When I watch it,
They didn't mention you.
I know, neither did you.
Oh. Next interview, I'm just gonna talk about it. Oh, interview.
But the next one, I was just going to go.
So how was your preparation class in Pedro? Tyson Pedro.
That's it.
That's
100%.
it. Yeah.
I was thinking every single interview I've done.
We fought our last 3 fights on the same
Yeah, same card. But not
And then we were meant to fight
on the UFC, that on the Melbourne card, which would have been perfect.
I actually thought you were going to get on this card.
Me too. There's actually was some talk, but it just hasn't worked out. So, and it's getting short notice now. Like I always like want to take a fight, but there's short notice, and then there's like, okay, it's 2 weeks. I'm not in fight training. I also got to be smart. Like can't just take losses. But that's the biggest thing is I think with UFC and a lot of the UFC guys now, they are too scared of losing that they don't even want to fight.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather have 10 losses to badasses than 10 wins over bums. Like,
True.
but with UFC now, I'm scared you could go 2-3 losses and you're gone. So
They do that, eh?
you can if it's not working out. If you're not going to be champion, then there's no point in keeping you on the payroll.
You snooze, you lose. Check it out down here.
If you ever try to come up with a brand. Okay. Alright, let's call it there. That's well, do you have any people you want to mention for your any sponsors? So as well, before you go, sorry, we cut you off. Again, if you know anyone that might want to get on the podcast, send us an email. If you know anyone that might want to send some gear down, like we got our Muscle Bros stuff, we got our pickle hats, headshots. They send us in some gear to wear for the thing. If you know anyone that want to give a shout out,
Muscle Bros,
then send us an email at the Real Halfcast Podcast. And also check us out on both our social medias. I've got my Instagram behind this and Facebook. You're on Instagram and Facebook.
Just behind us.
Yep.
It will be just here.
Up here, and click here to subscribe. All of our stuff's going to be on YouTube, but we'll have little stuff on Instagram and Facebook. Go.
I hope they put stuff up there.
I know. You're gonna look like spastic. Go. Give us any of your sponsors you want to mention. Anything you want to let our new and old fans know.
Southlands Real Estate Agents, Nutrition Station, Muscle Bros, and Smite. Is that how you say it?
No, well now it's going to be embarrassing because as soon as you said that, I was like, that's going to be rough. Chuck us one of their gloves so they can get a shout out if you can, just in case.
Or is it Sydney Martial Arts? What's it called?
Is it, yeah.
Is it Smile?
Is it Smay or Smiles?
And the best skis in the business.
So I'll give my...
What are they called?
I don't know, let's just go SMAI.
Yeah, SMAI. There you go. And shout out to SMAI.
We'll
for
go.
all the latest gears.
I always hate this because I always forget someone, but we'll go Muscle Bros, ITP Australia, Reebok Australia, Shogun Martial Arts, man, Diamond Decking. I'm going to forget someone, damn it. This is why. Yeah. Keep up to date. We'll have the audio out on iTunes podcast. This episode will hopefully be out in the next week before we want to get another episode out before Thai fights in Sydney, and hopefully chuck up a couple of vlogs. Let people know, get the word out.